Here we are with another action figure review with your boy Prometheus the Collector, and I'm back again with this awesome action figure right here from the movie Dragon Ball Super Broly, which I definitely did like, but not so much about the movie. The reason why I really wanted to pick this figure up, I picked this figure up because I don't remember SH Figure Arts actually doing a Gogeta type figure. Because I was a fan of the Janemba movie when it came out, and that's the first time I seen this two fusion that he was able to do without having supreme earrings in their ear, to be able to do the Gogeta fusion from some of the past movies. I'm sorry, not the movies, but some of the episodes that he did. I think it was in the Majin Buu saga. I think he did the Gogeta fusion with the Supreme Kai earring. So this one doesn't require that. I guess if you just do the finger, you turn into Gogeta. And like I said, the first time I ever seen him do this transformation was in the movie, and it was called the Janemba movie. Great Dragon Ball Z movie, one of my favorites. But I definitely liked it as fusion. I like the whole get up. I like everything that they did with it. So also, I definitely like Dragon Ball Z Super Broly movie. Still working into trying to be a more of a bigger fan of the actual TV show Dragon Ball Super, but it's taken me some time to get into. I guess one of those days I'm just gonna have to sit back and just binge watch it and just sit back and enjoy the show. But I love Dragon Ball Z. I have to give it a shot. It was almost the same thing when I started watching Dragon Ball GT. Wasn't all that crazy about it, and after a while, I just picked it up and started getting into it, and I was like, alright, I'm starting to feel this. But the story was all over the place. It was so far into the future, but it took me some while getting used to and actually getting into liking it. So I'm pretty sure that it ain't gonna be that hard for me to get into Dragon Ball Super. But like I said, there's mixed reviews out there. Some people like it, some people don't. Me personally, I'm like a little torn in between, but I liked this Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. I like what they did with that storyline in that saga, that little movie that they did for the Dragon Ball Super saga. So let's get into this figure, and let's look at the box real quick, because I know everybody likes to check out the box, because the box always provides you what you are paying for. And I like what SH Figure Arts is doing with this box right here. They go with the more, premium looks, like a open, more plasticky, it's like all plastic. You see the window, more of the figure and what you're gonna get inside of the package. But I'm definitely liking the new packaging. So let's look at the figure. It says Dragon Ball's, it says SH Figure Arts, it says Dragon Ball Super on it, Gogeta, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. You could have just left it as Super Saiyan God, that would have been perfectly fine. And you got a couple of these stickers to let you know the authentic, that this is official. We got Funimation, we have ages 15 and up, and we also have the Tamashii Nation sign and Bandai, and we'll flip it over onto the back, and it shows you a few of the promotional shots that they got the figure in, and some of the cool poses that you can put this figure in, and a couple of more writing that I cannot read, Japanese writing, but if you can read it, I'm sure it's not that crazy important, but go right ahead. If you feel like pausing the video, do so. And it says blowfish, it says bluefin. And there's more people that I'm pretty sure that's licensed for this packaging on the figure. And there you go. You got the awesome figure of Gogeta in the front. So enough of the package. Let's get into this awesome action figure. And just keep in mind that this Tamashii Nation stand does not come with this action figure. And that's something that I think Tamashii Nation needs to start including with their action figures, because these people out here, these hardcore collectors like myself, we pay a lot of money for these figures, so it'd be nice to get a little extra in the packaging. And a lot of these imported figures are coming with these stands. I don't see why Tamashii Nation doesn't give us stands with all of the figures. Only some select figures get a Tamashii Nation stand. So I don't know, that's something that I would like to see more out of Tamashii Nation. Step it up. Anyways, let's get in this figure and let's talk some articulation, so we can get this figure in some awesome poses. His arms stretch out pretty far. It could probably stretch out further, but it's hindered a little bit by these shoulder pads that they have on the side of the vest. So keep that in mind. So you don't want to overextend it, but it does stretch out pretty far. We also got some double jointed elbows. I'm definitely liking that. Head moves around pretty loosely. Seems like it's got a double neck joint peg, but head moves side to side all the way around. kind of almost 3. Yeah, you can get it that way. But it will loosen the faceplate up, but I'll show you guys that in a moment. It doesn't lift up that much, and the only reason why I would imagine it doesn't lift all the way up is because it has this little neck pad around the neck. That's the way the accurates look. That's the accuracy of this vest, so that's supposed to look that way, so that's cool. And I just noticed on the, that looks like those move in, probably when you're moving the elbows, the shoulders out, that would, so. Anyways, let's get back into the articulation. Ab crunch. What I like what he did with this, though, and I noticed that the ab crunch is very muscular, but not only that, it was kind of dope how they were able to kind of like make it look seamless with the abs, and the abs on this makes this almost kind of seamless. And I know I got a lot of light on there, so I don't want to shine too much light, but if you see what I'm saying, it almost looks like you can make it look seamless the way you ab this action figure in. So also when you pull it back, well, you see the gap right there. You do have a gap when you do pull it back, but when you move it forward for that ab crunch, for the forward crunch, it's almost completely seamless. It just looks like he's just got some crazy 12-pack sick abs. So I like that. And you got this nice soft plastic for the belt, for the you know, that gi belt, that karate belt. Soft. Could have just went with a cloth, but this works anyways because it keeps that nice little flowing look. So that is dope. That is really soft. Legs move out pretty good. See that? Get my man in that good karate pose. Boom. Woo! Look at that. I like that. Now that is articulation at its best with an action figure. If your action figures ain't doing, I don't know what toys you are posing with. But yeah, you see that? We got that double jointed elbows. And double jointed knees. And yes, you see it. You got the double jointed knees, and we already did the double jointed elbows. But you see the arms are so muscular that he can almost not even use the full articulation of the double jointing. Because even in the movie, it seemed like they did with a more muscular body build. I feel like the body was a little bit more dieseler than usual. Felt like this is a more of a thinner version in Janemba of Gogeta, but it makes sense because they're the Super Saiyan God version, so maybe they're a little bit more bulky or more dieseler on that end. But yeah, got the ankle pivot. It's pretty good, not bad ankle pivot. I think it could be better if you didn't have this right here, but that's part of the accuracy of the outfit, so you got to have that there. Could have probably made it a little bit softer because this feels like it's a little bit more of a harder plastic, but no big deal. Definitely feeling that. We got toe pivot. That's always a plus. I love that toe pivot. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That checks out for the most of the part of the articulation with this figure. The articulation is pretty dope. And also, I noticed that these shoulder pads also have like these little ball joint pegs on the back of the arms, or the shoulder of the arms, to swivel it around to make you have a little bit more extra movement. So that's pretty dope too. So let's get in some of these accessories. Not really a lot of accessories. If you see, you got a couple of these face swaps, and I'll show you that right now just for people that aren't familiar with these imported figures on how you do swapping. So they're not model kit figures. The only thing is you just got to take the face off instead of the head, and you just plop it on these two pegs right here. If you can see them, see the holes, line it up, and you can swap out different facial expressions for your figure. Now he has a yelling face, so that is awesome that you can do that. Same thing with yeah, pretty much easy. All of them pop out, pretty simple. And you got a stern face. To give you two stern face, I don't know, like pretty much three, but the only way I would give them a pass is that they got a power down head with this one, which I would like to see more in the Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan figure line. When you guys are giving us a Super Saiyan figure, give us a power down head. That's always a plus. We can use that. So, Tamashi Nation, give us what we want. See? And just the guys, also keep you guys in mind, when you take the head off to put the power down head, make sure you want to take that face plate off before you pull the rest of the head off, or the hair, you would really say. So it makes it easier. It makes it a lot easier on you, and you don't want to risk breaking this neck peg because these figures are very expensive, and that'd be a horrible shame for you to break such a very tiny peg, but it's pretty easy. You know, you see the hole, line it up, push down on it, and it should just go right. All right, perfect. It's already in there. You kind of hear the snap. Push it down. You don't have to put too much force. Look at them, looking official. I like that. I like that look. That's another reason why I was really feeling about this figure right here, that they gave you the power down head. So that is a plus. So you don't always have to keep your figure in Super Saiyan God mode. And that is awesome. So let's get into a quick size comparison before I wrap this video up. And I'm going to grab Naruto. And you can see what he looks like standing next to Naruto. Naruto is a kid, so it makes sense for him to be that small, but he is in that 6-inch line, and I do collect all 6-inch, as you see. I pretty much collect them all. I do 6-inch, I do the 1/18 scale, which is like 4-inch figures, 3-inch figures, whatever. What else? And I do occasionally 1/6 scale, so I'm here for everybody. So keep that in mind. Let's get another figure in here for another size comparison. I'm just going to do the Tamashii Nation. Let's get Trunks in here. I got him with a sword and his powered up head, but whatever. Let's get him in here for the size comparison. And boom, that's what he's looking like. Another kid size. So if you notice, Gogeta has some size on him. He's a much taller character, so it makes sense for him to be that tall. And I don't even know why I'll use this one, but Frieza, figure I use Frieza. Show you Frieza real quick on how he looks next to a Frieza if you want to use him. Frieza is always accurately tiny, but I figure I use him in the shot anyways. Boom, let's get him out of there. And I figure, let's do one more size comparison. Give me a second. Why not? Let's do one more cool size comparison. Let's get Saitama in here for a size comparison. And this is the Figma Saitama, so this is not the McFarlane. I'm not really a big fan of McFarlane action figures. I do know he came out with, I think, was a 6-inch Saitama. But let's get him in there and show you what he looks like for the last size comparison of a figure. And he is bigger than Saitama by not very much, and I think he got him just by an inch due to the fact that he has tall hair and he has a really long neck, sort of. But yeah, there you have it. Dragon Ball Super Broly, Gogeta Super Saiyan God, and he does come with the powered down head. Just guys, keep you guys in mind, I will be doing a giveaway once I hit 50 subscribers. I have a very small channel. I'm growing my channel very, very little each and every day. So I'm trying to pump out as many videos, as much time as I can find in my life. But this is a hobby, and hopefully one day I can do this as a full-time gig if I get enough people to support my channel. And I also got a whole bunch of other projects that I'll be bringing up in the near future that is content related. Not so much on action figure end, but that's more geek related, gaming, stuff like that. But like I said, I'll leave all of that stuff down in my description later on once I start getting that stuff up and rolling. But I just want to give you guys a heads up, I will be doing an action figure giveaway once I hit 50. So make sure you put those likes and that love in a comment and whatever. Let's support us toy collectors out there. So thank you for watching. Prometheus the Collector is out, and I hope you guys come back for another show for my next review. Have a good one. Live life. Enjoy life. Peace.